I haven't put my socks on yet.
Squeak!
Okay.
Hello, it's me, Aaron James, and
Mickey Joe Theatre. Oh my god, hey!
So we last minute booked really cheap tickets, well, really cheap for the show, and tickets to go and see Frozen
These aren't the
again.
same socks. This is a different sock to, oh, it's all going wrong.
There's so much noise outside. So we booked last minute tickets via Todaytix. Very much recommend. They have exclusive prices recently for Frozen, and for other shows. There were cheap £29.50 tickets for Frozen in the Royal Circle, so we got them. So we're going to head into London. Hopefully we might get to see Sean, aka Theatre Fan, before we go to the show. I have seen the show twice, but I've never seen Danielle Fiamagna on, who is the first understudy. And she's meant to be on a week, so hopefully we get to see her have a big Saturday night show as Elsa. Hello. Sorry, I realised that you can't see my eyes. But obviously we're waiting for this one to be ready so we can actually make the train.
I had to change sock plan.
So come with us to see a Disney musical on the West End.
Woo.
A Disney musical in the West End, not on the West End, because on is Broadway, in is West End.
You're so pedantic.
But it's true.
No, I do agree.
Because on Broadway, because Broadway's a street.
Yes.
Whereas in the West End, because the West End is an area. So we made it to the theatre. Oh. I am boiling hot and soaking wet because we went to see Sean at the Playhouse. And then, what happened, Mickey?
Our kindness, once again, has been our undoing because we were staggeringly late.
We had to run walk. I mean, we weren't late. We made the show with
We
like
just needed
8
to walk
minutes
here.
spare,
Thank goodness
but we ran
we're
so
both
quickly.
gay and we were...
My heart has been going like this and I'm boiling hot but soaking wet.
Yes.
So we'll do all the cute stuff about everything in a bit. Bye.
When we've recovered.
Bye-bye. You are happy?
I'm excited.
What was your reaction with Sven?
Oh my gosh, I love every time Sven comes out, I love Sven. It just fills me with so much joy. Like,
Interval. We're going into the Disney gift shop, which I had bought a lot from the last time. This one bought a lot last time. Here we go. What is that, Mickey?
it's a Love is an Open Door Frozen Pride t-shirt. Specifically on the tag, it says Frozen Pride t-shirt. I have a lot of time for this.
I was like, I think I bought everything I need to buy from this store.
You literally said, as we were coming here, oh, I hope they have some new merch because I'm in the mood to buy something. Which, first of all, Aeron is always in the mood to buy something.
Only if it's Disney merch.
Which is where we always are, so that doesn't help anything. But now we both have to get one because this is how gay we both are, so... Oh.
Did I have a line? You've not prepared me a script, I'm just... We went to the theatre the other day. I was prompting you. These are my improv skills. It's going remarkably well.
Last week we went to see the stage adaptation of Frozen, the Disney movie musical that's now a big stage musical. It was on Broadway first, then it came to the West End, and this was not the first time for either of us to go to the Theatre Royal on Drury Lane, or the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. It was my third time, and it was Mickey's second.
My second time, yes.
There was an interesting reason why we went. So one, we got really cheap tickets thanks to Todaytix. Always gone there, especially with Frozen, because they've been doing some cool exclusive prices recently. But also, there were understudies on. So when a leading actor in a show can't do that performance, their understudy goes on. And for us, especially on our recent trip, who was on, Mickey?
Danielle Fiamagna was playing Elsa, which I've wanted to see Danielle for ages. It was just because Samantha Barks, who is Principal Elsa in Frozen in the West End, was on her honeymoon, I believe.
Adorable. Love
Love that for her. But Danielle Fiamagna was on for Elsa for the entire week. Love that for us.
Yes. And who else was on, Mickey?
Well, see, we knew about Fiamagna And then I feel like on our way to the theatre, we were looking at West End Understudies. If you don't follow, they're at West End Covers on Twitter, but it's called West End Understudies. And they tweet out who is going on in understudy roles and ensemble roles and swings and alternates for every single show in the West End, and a bunch of touring productions now as well.
Non-stop. They are on it like a car
Like
on it.
the mammoth workload. I've occasionally had post notifications turned on for them on Twitter when I've wanted to know about a specific show, and the amount that come through, it is ridiculous. Shout out to West End Understudies doing God's work.
And shout out to all the understudies and swings to see that many people are going on at last minute, or maybe they know before, but...
That's the great thing about looking at that Twitter feed as well, is you get a sense of how many understudies there are saving shows routinely every single night in the West End and around the country. So we found out on West End Understudies that Jacob Maynard was going on for Christoph, which is super exciting as well. I hadn't seen him before the last time I saw the show, but I feel like that's all we knew before we got to the theatre. Those are the principal understudies that we had been expecting.
And then when we arrived, Sarah O'Connor was also on for Princess Anna. So
not that we knew this, because we hadn't checked the cast board. Because we were running into the theatre. We ran into the building, slightly stressed, so I had no idea that Sarah O'Connor was on for Anna until literally in the show, mid wanting to build a snowman, she comes out and is Sarah O'Connor. And we're both like,
And it was interesting actually, because I'd never seen Sarah as Anna. I'd only seen Steph, who's normally Princess Anna. Whereas Mickey,
I saw Sarah last time, yeah. Sarah's the only actress I've ever seen playing Anna. And so she came out and I was like, gosh, Steph McKeon looks so much like Sarah O'Connor. And then I clocked how shocked you were and I was like, I see what's happened here.
It's an interesting one actually, because I hadn't seen it. I'd seen it a couple of months ago, but I've only ever seen the full original cast. So I've never seen an understudy on in any of the roles.
It's fun to see combination understudies as well, because like how rarely does first cover Elsa get to go on with first cover Anna? Like how often does that happen that both of the principals are out at the same time? Because presumably for booking like holiday and vacation, they don't let them book it simultaneously.
Well, the thing that I thought in my head was how it was cute with the three of them standing together and hugging, because these are the three that, if this possibly was the first time that all three of them had got in front of a paying audience, got to actually play the roles together, and probably their comfort mode.
Yeah, and probably the only time they will.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it's a fleeting moment, but yes, to have all three, really, the three principal characters. I suppose Olaf is up there as well.
Yeah, but I guess those are the three that deal with each other probably the most.
Yeah.
So Mickey, watching it again, and especially watching it with these understudies, did it change any of your thoughts or feelings on Frozen the second time round?
I think Frozen is still a great show. You still see budget in that show, and how could it not be, with the way that it was developed, with Disney knowing that it was this insanely hot property and being able to funnel all of their millions of Mickey money into the show. It was always going to be something visually spectacular and something with a lot of care and detail put into it. I feel like there's elements of the show that are a little bit soulless, and there's tiny little things I have creative gripes with, but my main issue with seeing it the first time was I was expecting to be sort of a lot more emotionally invested than I ended up being. Knowing that, going into the second time, I was able to enjoy it a lot more because my expectations were different. And I was mostly there just to see Danielle Fiermania as Elsa and see how she navigated that performance, and I was so impressed.
To have somebody play Elsa with such a rich voice, and I just found that Danielle had so much ease playing the role, that it was like you didn't need to think or stress about any moment of the score, because I think sometimes with Elsa especially, if you're aware of a musical, or even due to the famousness of Adina and other people trying to sing the songs repeat and repeat, to know that these people are doing it 7 times a week, you kind of go in going, are they going to hit the notes? But the second that Danielle started singing, it's like, okay, we're in safe hands.
Yeah, no, you're completely comfortable, and she was just cranking it out.
And I just think that the three of them had such a nice comfortable dynamic with each other, that then just made everything feel really easy, and they all felt like Disney characters.
Completely. I mean, Sarah O'Connor has, I say she has Disney face, because she completely does, but just tonally as well, completely gets the Disney, especially the modern Disney princess sensibility. She evokes that very, very well. And Jacob Maynard, with the intonation of all of his spoken lines at Frozen, was very just animated and cartoonesque while still giving you a more layered and in-depth version of that character, which is kind of what the Disney theatrical shows are known for. It's taking this beloved animated film but giving it slightly more depth. Although these days, the characters even in the animated film is pretty deep.
Yeah, I agree.
What's interesting to me about Danielle as Elsa is so different vocally to Samantha. A lot of times you'll see understudies paired with performers who they can replicate to a certain extent. I mean, on Broadway there's been certain understudies who've just followed certain performers around different shows, and I'm sure we've seen a few of those instances in the West End as well, but completely different voices, completely different.
But it was also amazing to get that vibe straight away from an audience that, like, you didn't have this whole, oh, we've got an understudy on or anything at all, or it just felt like that instant buy-in straight away from the audience, which is lovely because I've been to shows before where I felt that. And then it's really amazing that recently we found out that Emily Lane, the second understudy for Anna, is going to be going into the main role. So it's a big thing to actually see understudies because they might be the people that soon will be your leads, and you'll have seen them ages before, so you get to be the one who's already championing for them.
Exactly. And so many understudies who've gone on to do amazing, spectacular things in principal roles later in their careers. So many fantastic performers who started as understudies. Look at Ariana DeBose hosting the Tony Awards, winning an Academy Award from having been in the ensemble of Broadway musicals, from having understudied.
Yeah.
We got some really exciting merch as well.
We did. We went to the merch Disney shop, which is completely run by Disney, just as you would see the Disney store in Oxford Street, and it's run by cast members, so they'll all have your Disney badge, and it's all official Disney merchandise, and it's really pretty and open in the daytime. So if you miss something merchandise wise but you're in London, or if in general you just want to get some Disney magic but you can't see the show, during the daytime that gift shop is also open. But they had all kind of the merch that's been there for ages, but they had, especially this month, a Pride t-shirt, which is for Disney celebrating Pride, and as far as I'm aware money goes towards charities. But it was really cool that it was Disney merchandise with Disney Pride on it, and it had Love is an Open Door, it was a rainbow. And so, did we buy them? Yes, we did.
Instantly, because you'd said on your way down that you kind of wanted to buy some new merch, but you had all the things you would have wanted, but you didn't think they were likely to have anything new, and I saw it straight away, and I saw a rainbow, I was like, if that is a Pride t-shirt, I'm going to lose my mind. I was like, Aeron ran to it, and I feel like I grabbed one out of the hands of a family that were looking at it. They were like in front of the rail from the boards, and I was like, that size and that size.
And it was nice actually because we'd just been in Disneyland Paris for Pride.
We had.
And I didn't even think anywhere they'd publicised about this new Frozen merch. So when we found it, it was just a wow. It
was a big surprise, and we keep up to date with a lot of stagey things. So if you're surprising us, it's news.
It's new. It's new and it's news.
Yeah.
Overall, do you think you will go to see Frozen again at any point?
I will. See, now they've just announced this new cast. We were really lucky to see Danielle before she was leaving the production. I feel like Sarah's leaving the production.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And possibly Jacob.
All three of them.
As well. All three of them leaving the production. So it was really lucky that we got to see them. But there are some really exciting new understudies that have just been announced. So I feel like, yes, I am going to have to go back just to see some more of them. I've got some people I'm really big fans of in the new cast. I know you do as well. So we will almost definitely be back at some point at Frozen.
So, I want to know, have you been to see Frozen, or have you been to see a Disney musical with an understudy on, or a theatre show in general? How amazing was your understudy? And yes, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe please. And you can also head over to my Stagey Boyfriend's YouTube channel to go and have a look at his wonderful content, which I sometimes guest appear on. So that is all for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.